I recently made a Viking shield because I like Vikings, and I thought I would show you how I made it. So here we go. Viking shields are panelled round shields, meaning you cut a circle out of some planks of wood. Some people would make one big square and then cut it, but I'm cheap. I realise some panels don't need to be as long as others because it's a circle. So I tried to calculate chord length, but gave up on that because I can't do maths. So I mocked it up on the computer and got my measurements. Then I actually started making it. I cut some woods to those lengths and marked a center line on each panel to help me line it up, and it gave me this. I started by gluing the shield together in two halves. I glued the panels together with my good friend wood glue. I then took some duct tape and forced the panels together tight to hold them while they dried. Once they were dry, I removed the tape and stuck the two halves together in the same way, and that left me with this. There is the start of my Viking shield. So to recap, the panels are together, they now need reinforcing, and the shape needs cutting out. So I stuck some reinforcing beams to the back side of the shield and I tacked them into place. That just holds everything together a little better. I then used the homemade compass to mark out the shape of the shield. I then dropped my phone. Fun times. And this gave me the final shield body, which I could then cut out. By the way, you should wear protective glasses and a respirator if you do this. Wood dust is dangerous and can cause some serious problems. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm an idiot. Once I cut the shield, I needed a handle. I drew a circle for when my hand would sit, and I cut that out in the same way. After doing some sanding and just cleaning it up, I stuck a beam across it, nailed it to the board in the same way I did the reinforcing planks. And after all of that work, I was left with a pile of offcuts and a half-finished shield. I'm really happy with how it feels and how it holds together. It's perfect. That means all I have to do now is decorate it. First I did some prep work, some sanding, some cleaning, just to give myself a clean surface. I used a dark wood stain instead of paint for the base, and I did a few coats just to get it dark enough. My original plan was to paint it like Lagertha's shield from Vikings, but the wood stain gave it this really interesting pattern, and I really liked it. In the center of the Viking shield is a metal dome called a boss, which protects the hand during combat. I don't know how to metalwork, and I didn't feel confident that I could make one properly. So I compromised and I 3D printed one instead. I did do some weathering just to make it look a little less plastic. If I ever learn how to metalwork in the future, I probably will replace it. I then did some final detail work. I added a strap for holding the shield a bit better, and I did some leather facing around the edge of the shield. I used faux leather, because I'm a cheapskate, and I affixed these with small tacks. Thus with that, my shield was done. And although it wasn't exactly what I had planned, I am very happy with how it's turned out.